Good evening, everybody. It is December 1st, which means it's World AIDS Day. And all day today, if you all have been on social media, you would have seen quite a few different activities and posts made about the HIV AIDS situation, especially in Jamaica. I want to say big ups to all the persons that have been working to make people who are living with HIV have a support system, trying to ensure that they have the things that they need to stay healthy, ensure that they have the support. Lots of these workers, they go above and beyond, especially since the COVID pandemic has started, to really ensure that persons living with HIV can still have a life and can still live with HIV. So I'm very, very happy to see all of this happening. Today we're going to be having a conversation with somebody that I've admired a long time. She and I went to school together years ago. Plenty years ago. I don't know if you remember, so we went to school. Nickeishia Barnes. I saw her on Rising Stars, and I thought she was wrong that year, honestly. She should have won. But we'll talk about that. And a lot of you know her as a singer-songwriter, but she's also a wealth of knowledge in this space. What's going on, Anne? Good evenings.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
You have a wealth of knowledge about HIV and reproductive health and these things. So we're going to pick our little brain, our blonde hair brain tonight. We're going to talk something about blondes not being smart. I don't know those kind of blondes. I don't
know where they get that from. I don't know.
Right, so we ain't got to worry about the color here. You blonde, me red. Hey. My girl,
hey.
plenty gray hair under here, so don't make it tricky. One heap of gray hair, Aki.
No.
But you know,
smoothing it out. Yes, smoothing it out.
We don't shut the grays, you know. May I embrace the grays because any one never full head of white put red dye on it and make it pink. So never plan for the grays.
Never plan.
Good evening, Mama. How you do?
I am good. How are you?
I'm amazing. It's been a very, very good day. I've been running around doing a lot of talking. You know, I'm at my happiest when I'm talking. So anybody who knows me at all know I can chat. But before I get into the business, because I'll come past now your business because it's in but we could talk a little bit about yes, man, you know, I have to come into people business and find out what going on for them life.
Okay.
So I dubbed this chat after the HIV positive test result. But before we get to after the test result, let's talk about how important it is for people to know their status. Girl, I've come across some grown women looking at me in my face and tell me, say, them don't want to know. Just tell them why they need to know, please, because I'm stressed out.
I think for me, when I think of it, it's knowledge is key and knowledge is power. And if you know, then you can do something about it, should you be positive. And if you're negative, then you still have the power in your hands to keep negative. So when I process, that's how I process. I want to be in the know, because if I'm in the know, I can manage and take care of my health. I'm not leaving it up to chance. I'm not hoping that me take a chance and me miss it. But if I have the evidence in my hands, then I can know how to plan my health. I think that is critical in knowing your HIV status.
Well, a young lady told me once that Jesus protecting her, so she not going to do no HIV test.
Well, even in that sense, he also gives you discernment. And he also says to you, if you have the knowledge, then you need to use it. So it will protect you, but he's also asking you to do some work. So faith without works is dead. So you can't sit on one side.
All right, so even if you have Jesus in your back pocket, you still need to do your test, is what you have.
You need to do your test.
Yes, man, yes. I concur, you know. I'm ready. I just tired to say it. Because me I say, well, if you say it's a Jesus thing, Jesus give you the tools to help yourself. No, sir.
Hey, thank you. So don't sit down there and go like he's a mascot, because Jesus no one a mascot in a film. Here you go.
All right. So let's talk about the evolution of the HIV test, because once upon a time, you would have to go to the doctor and you do it very hush hush, and you know all the stigmas, so everybody afraid because if you come on positive, then it's going to mean some negative things and all of that. Tell me, explain to our viewers right now how easy the test is and how quickly you can get back your result and what happens after you get back your results if it's positive.
Alrighty, so walking through a HIV test, you are thinking of what we call a pre-test counseling session. So the overall process for right now, today's HIV test, it will last a max 15 minutes. Where you're getting a pre-test, you're getting the results, and then you get post-test counseling. So in that pre-test, you're being asked several questions to find out what type of risk you think you have placed yourself in. Because you come for your HIV test because you think there could be a risk that you expose yourself, right? So that pre-test now walks you through this process where you're being asked, think through it. Where and in what situation do you think you might have caused yourself to be susceptible to the infection? Because that's going to impact your results. Yeah. So in that time frame, while your test, so first thing when you go in, you're being invited. It's a welcome space. The tests are confidential. It's not somewhere people can go to Aruga ballot your results. So it's something that is confidential to you. Once you're in a space that's medical, all of your information is considered confidential. Similar with the HIV test, because a medical test, I do. When the test results come back, still in that same session, so we'll have pre-test and spoken about risk. So think about the last time you had sex without protection. We're putting another mind frame there because we're getting you prepared now in the post-test to face whatever it is you may have exposed yourself to from pre-test counseling, right? So test results come back. We are now going to build on what we were talking about before. So and a new way to start over. We're building a conversation to the post-test. We're going to say, so remember you had told me that 2 weeks ago you actually thought you exposed yourself. This test result right now is not talking about the result for 2 weeks ago because it takes approximately 3 months. We could talk in terms of people understand. It takes about 3 months for what we call antibodies to develop in your system for the screen to pick it up and detect it to tell you whether or not you could have been exposed to HIV. Right?
All right, hold on. Before you're going to expand on that a little bit for me. So basically what you're saying, if you tell the counselor that the time that you suspect you might have been exposed was 2 weeks ago, that would mean that it is within the 3 months period. So even though it might not show, it don't necessarily mean that you might be safe.
It don't mean you might be safe. That 3 months period, we refer to it as the window period. It's that period where your body needs to develop the antibodies that our test is going to, the screen is going to pick up, right? Those have not yet developed, then 2 weeks ago will not pick up on the test you're doing today. Right. What you're going to pick up is, count with me. So to that December 1st, World AIDS Day, we would be counting 3 months back. And that would be your sexual history, your sexual HIV history up to 3 months. That test today, December 1st. So anything behind that 3 months, we don't have the information on the test today. We'd have to give you another appointment now, where you come back to see what is your result for that thought you have that you exposed yourself 2 weeks ago. And that now we'd have to now recommend to you that in order for us to be specific now for say the 2 weeks, we must encourage you to use a condom at every sexual act, because now we want to pinpoint 2 weeks ago, counting off 3 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, that'd be November, right? So now we are counting second week of December, second week of January, second week of February. So your test will tell you whether or not you expose yourself in November, second week would be the second week in February. Up to that time, you must be using a condom, because every time you don't use a condom would be an opportunity to expose yourself. I have to count again another 3 months to see whether or not you're testing for that specific moment when you thought you exposed yourself.
Okay. All right. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
You know,
A
and
lot of dynamics in the conversation.
thing, but you see when you break it down a while ago, it just coming like people just masturbate and done, yeah, man, because that sounds stressful. But by yourself, or about you operate something and just keep yourself.
Shelly, hear what happened, man. You see, because of the screen, and you want to be specific about when you start to expose yourself. Because I know people go home, not go blame people under the ranks. Somebody put things bad.
Aye.
Because you know now, so the 2 weeks one now, come pan a test and say you can't go home and say this somebody 2 weeks ago. You now have to be very conscious of your sexual partners that you'd have had all of your sex life up to 3 months ago, because that's what the test would be showing you today.
No, but Nickeishia, me thinks me, it sound like you need to have a sign-in book at your yard.
You need a sign-in book. Where are them things in a...
So.
You need a sign-in book. Yeah, man.